It's all right, Stephen.
He's getting emotional now because he's going.
Yes. Keep moving forward, Stephen.
It's all right, stay one step further. Come on. Well done. Which is your room, Stephen? Right. It's okay. Just get his brother for me.
Daniel.
Come on, Stephen, we're going to do it. I need you to force him in the room with me. Come on, Stephen. The power of the angels! Get in there! Come on, Stephen. Well done. Well done, Stephen. Well done.
Coming up, Ian and the family wrestle with a demonic Stephen.
Fight him, Stephen. Fight him for me.
And Ian attempts another exorcism, but will this one be more successful?
I ask of these demons to leave this soul. I ask of you to stand back.
At Julie Sparks' 18th century family home in Langton Herring, Dorset, the Living with the Dead team believe they're fighting an evil spirit that's possessed Julie's son, Stephen.
It's okay, just stay calm, just breathe, okay? Do you feel a gentleman with you? Do you feel female? Okay.
Yeah, gentleman.
Just don't fight him, Steve. If he wants to talk to you, let him talk.
The team are attempting to take Stephen up to his room, as they believe this is where the spirit first entered him.
I need you to force him in the room with me.
Come on, Stephen. The power of the angels! Get in there!
Come on, Stephen.
Get in this room!
Well done. Well done, Stephen. Well done. Well done. Well done. Get in there.
Well, I've never ever seen anybody in this state before. Never.
Well done. I ask of these demons to leave this soul. I ask of you to stand back. I ask of you to stand back. Fight them, Stephen. Fight them for me. Think of your family. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
In the name of the Father.
No, there's not too many, Stephen. There's one. There's one.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The little girl's in the room. Now, for little girls in the room, it's not that negative. Watch the girl dance, Stephen.
A little girl who enters the room and has been seen by Steve is like a calming thing, like a distraction, where she's dancing pirouettes, like a ballerina, just to distract him, to bring him down to earth. It's like a good energy.
Ian believes he can use this girl's positive energy to help combat the evil demon.
Can she see you?
Yeah.
Can you see the light and the happiness around her?
Yeah.
Ask her if you can join her. Okay, keep walking towards her.
Seems to be a long way.
Okay, just stay calm for me. Sweetheart, if you can hear my voice, can you walk to Stephen for me? Can you see her?
Oh, she's touching me.
She's touching you. Brilliant. Can you see the love and the light around her?
Yeah.
Hold her hand for me. She's going to walk you into a doorway, Stephen. I want you to follow her. You're going in that doorway. Don't look back. Tell me where you are.
Yeah, we're through.
You're through. I want you to shut that doorway behind you for me. You shut the doorway. Fantastic.
It's much calmer now. 2-3 minutes ago he's been restrained on his bed.
You okay? Look around for me. What's the matter?
It's like I'm just sort of coming out of some kind of trance. There's like a load of people here.
Your mom and your sister are here. Your brother's here, and we're all here.
You're all right now.
He's a lot brighter himself. His eyes are open. He's looking pretty good now. I think he's come through the worst of it.
In the belief that they've now successfully dealt with a demon, investigator Stephen checks out the manor house one last time.
Well, I've just had a walk around the house, and it feels really like uplifting. It's a bit lighter. still a lot of residual energies there, but over the few months and years, it's going to be a lot better. Time will tell, really.
A few days later, historian Hallie Rubenhold returns to Langton Herring to see if she can shed some light on the disturbing events at the manor house. A trip to the local church unearths some gruesome information.
I've been looking at the burial records and I found something rather interesting. It seems that in 1832, on the 3rd of August, 4 boys, all under the age of 9, were buried at the same time. I've also found this cutting, which documents a deplorable accident involving a lime kiln erected by an Isaac Sparks. The 4 boys were amusing themselves by climbing into the kiln and running across its heated floor. When they least expected it, the chamber filled with toxic gas and suffocated them instantly. The rector of this local church came running, but it was too late to save them. At the funeral, 18 children clad in white carried the tiny coffins. As one newspaper reported, it was harrowing to observe the suffering under which the mother of one of the boys laboured. This is all that's left of the kiln where the terrible accident took place. Although no one could be charged with the deaths, it's possible that the distraught families desperately wanted someone to be held accountable.
Could the presence at the manor house have been the spirit of a tortured Isaac Sparks, feeling responsible for the deaths of these unfortunate children? A couple of weeks later, Julie and her family reflect on their experience with the Living with the Dead team.
It wasn't what I expected, because we didn't really get into a séance.
Apparently my heart rate was running wild. Apparently I was sweating. I don't recall it. I really do not.
Shaking? Well, he was shaking from head to toe.
And it was quite worrying, you know, seeing him and not being able to control it.
Obviously, whatever was around was channeling through Stephen.
Stephen didn't like himself at all. It's just all of his face changed.
All his muscles were all like clenched and frowning and a lot of anger coming. Look, his facial expressions was anger.
Something happened in that room and I saw the little girl and I remember that. And she walked this gentleman to a light. She really did, and I saw that.
Really big relief, you know, Stephen was back, and I actually felt like the whole house was more peaceful.
I think the whole night was a real experience for us all.
That was the most frightening thing I've ever done in my life.
After all they've been through, how do the family now feel about the house?
The energy of the house is pretty good with the family, the vibe of the family.
We're real tight, we're real close now. I'm so calm. I never used to be.
I think it is more peaceful, definitely. But I don't see a huge difference in it. It's still just a spooky manor.
I personally don't feel any different. I still get uneasy moments here.
I won't go in that room. I will not go in that room. No way. There's still a presence here.
If anything, through what's happened, it's got a bit worse.
Do I think the house has still got spirits? Yes, I do.
Next tonight, the brilliant scientist who's turned his awesome intellect to fighting crime. Dr. Jacob Hood tackles head-on a mysterious outbreak of poisoning in the action thriller 11th Hour.